Hello and welcome to another video from the channel you need to not only survive the current apocalypse but actually enjoy it. And here we are in the Sustenance and Covering Library. I'm sure you've seen this if you've watched any of my other videos. It's my collection of sustainable living books, things about foraging, how to build fire, how to do minor surgery on yourself, how to identify birds and things of that nature, build a log cabin. And honestly, I have no intention of bugging out. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here on this, not necessarily on the property I own, but on this surrounding land. There's probably 250 acres here. I own 2 of it. 248, I don't really care who owns it. It's my land because I'm the only one that ever goes out there. But, and I've got little spots set aside that I would like to build some somewhat semi-permanent structures where I can hide. My semi-permanent structures may be a sleeping bag, because I'm not getting it done like I want to. But in any case, if I'm about, I don't know, a quarter mile, half mile, 1 mile that way, I may not want to have to be coming up here too often. You know, I don't want to be moving around where people can spot me, but I love my books, and I could imagine being in a hole all day thinking, you know what, it sure would be nice to figure out what that bird is over there, and just walking back here and coming to my house and getting my bird ID book. But a friend of mine just came down recently with this thing. This is called, and I'm expecting everybody out there, at least some of the people out there, are as ignorant about this as me. I had to learn about this myself. That's called an e-reader. This particular e-reader is called a Nook, and it's the Barnes & Noble's version of an e-reader. I've got a little chip in here that allows me, and I'm talking about a chip. It's like, and I'm not kidding, it's like that big. It's micro SD card. It's 8 gigabytes, and 8 gigabytes right now has 2,000 books on it, and the 2,000 books that are on there are only filling it about halfway up. And sure enough, some of the books are just one-page flyers, but I've got quite a few books that are thousands and thousands of pages. I've got, I think, 7 Bibles on there and a Strong's Concordance. It's got a dictionary, got a lot of stuff like that. I've got a lot of things that are similar to these type of books up here. And I was thinking, you know, if I could just take this with me, I wouldn't have to be coming up here to grab this. Now, I don't have what's called a bug out bag. I ain't never been about bugging out. But I think that would be a good item to put in your bug out bag if that's what you're going to do. Now, I said the other day that I am bugging out, but when I say bugging out, I mean I'm going to get out here with all my buckets and carry them out this trail here and just set my buckets all around out in the woods, and then I'm going to go lay down wherever I think is the best hiding place that day. That's not really bugging out because I'm still here. But one of the things you need to learn about this or know about this is that you can put things in here on what's called shelves. And shelves are basically just folders where you can put a lot of files. But because I'm loading up PDFs and EPUBs, and those are the file types for that, they're called EPUBs and PDFs. Also, just a general word that describes all file types is ebooks. Those kind of things, unless you have the exact kind that belongs with the unit, it's hard to put things on shelves. And plus, if you've got 4,000 items on there, you actually have to go through each and every one of them just to put even one on there. So it's very difficult, especially if you've got maybe 15 shelves like novels, you know, romance, history, and you have to go through the entire list for every one of those books. Probably an easier way to do it, but like I say, I'm not tech savvy. Alright, so anyway, what you can do, and what I'm doing right now, is I'm putting tags on all my titles. So what I'll do is I'll take this little book, hook it up to my laptop, and go into my laptop, and I see it's got a PDF and it's titled J37. I click on it, opens up, and it says Washing Machine Tech Manual. So I'll go just type in how-to space washing machine tech manual. And there you go. Now we got a tag, so if I'm interested in anything about how-to, and I type how-to on the search engine, well, it'll go through there and every how-to book I got will come up, including that washing machine tech manual. But, yeah, I don't really have that on there. That wouldn't help me in a survival situation, probably. Won't have no wash machines in. Won't have nothing to wash. Alright, I guess the next thing I need to do is explain to you. Oh, wait, I want to show you this. These here 2 discs were sent to me by one of my friends, who's also a prepper, if you can see those. And he actually sent me a letter or a request, you know, would you like to have some of this? And I've downloaded these files. I was like, sure, yeah, I would. And recently I was cleaning my house and I found this one that I made. Amazingly enough, about half of the stuff on this disc is on those discs. So apparently there's a lot of us thinking the same. There are websites you can go to where you can just download free EPUBs and ebooks about all these subjects that we're interested in. In fact, some of the things he sent me that were not on my disc, because there's things I'm not interested in, like you know, legal forms and the history of the Constitution, that kind of stuff. But he had other things on there that seemed to have nothing at all to do with survival, but they are things that I had, like how to do origami chickens. You know, something to keep me entertained while I'm out there hiding in one of my little bunkers. Now, the reason I'm remaking this video, because you already, as soon as you click on your mail today and you see that I've uploaded a new video and you see the title of this, you think, well, I thought I already saw that. Well, you did, because I made this video the day before yesterday and posted it. And since then, I've gotten several comments that I think need to be addressed. The first one is electromagnetic pulse. And several people wrote me and said, you know, you need to keep that thing in a metal bucket so that if we have an EMP, it won't get destroyed. And I guess that's kind of something that's reasonable to do. I mean, you're not going to keep that in a bucket all the time, because when you take it out to use it, it's not going to be in a bucket. But it wouldn't hurt. The reason I'm not that concerned or don't care is that I've already made up my mind. In fact, I live with as little technology as I can. You know, I mean, I've got a fridge, I've got a car, love my little ebook thing here, and I love my laptop. But we've gave up TV and we don't use too much electricity, and I've already prepared myself for a world with none of that stuff. You know, so if it goes, it's not a big deal. In fact, it's to my advantage, because right now, the main advantage that the world has over me is that they are dependent on those things, and those are the things they're going to use to hunt me down, drag me to the town green, and cut my head off for entertainment purposes. So, if an EMP strikes, I'm happy, because now I actually have an advantage over them. While they're running around killing each other for groceries, I'll just be out here in the woods laying low and enjoying life. But the next thing, and you know who sent me that? One of the guys, the first ones, was Survival Doc. He says, you know, you need to watch out about them EMPs. And like, okay, I probably might make a new video about that. But I wasn't going to make a new video until I got this next comment from Photo Helix. And I think everybody knows who Photo Helix is. Photo Helix says, these items, these knickknacks, and that's like a cell phone or a laptop or an e-reader, they can ping them. And I don't know exactly what ping them means, but I think it means that they can come out here in the woods with some kind of a meter, like a Geiger counter, and they can tell where you are if you got that thing. Because in reading the instructions for this Barnes & Noble's Nook, it said that you can walk into a Barnes & Noble's, and when you walk in there, all the new books that are available will come on your screen. You could press on one of them books and say, buy it, and this machine will tell the Barnes & Noble's machine that you're going to buy that book, and money will automatically come out of your bank account. If this thing is doing all that, I guarantee they could find you with some kind of technology. I don't even know what kind, but you know, that's obviously this is going to be something to give away your position if somebody really wants to find you. And that's really the only reason I remade this. It's not like you know, the whole video had to be changed, but there's a few things that for a survivalist or a prepper are a major concern, so I just added those in there. Nothing else to add really. If you don't want to survive, don't listen to me.